all aboard at the hyperfixation station. It's here. It's the finale. I'm trying to be quiet because my roommate's asleep, but that's not gonna last. Yeah, it is 8:03. Oh my gosh, it's already posted. But look, there's my bingo board. All that we have left to fill in, this is the total one. All that's left is for the heroes to face consequences, and that means of their own actions, not like Cinder knocked us into the pit. Oh no, or oh Weiss accidentally said one-way ticket to Vacuo. Like no, or like with Volume 7 with Ironwood, where it's like, oh, the consequence is that he turned on you. It's like, but it frames it as him having already been like at a breaking point, so it's kind of like he was already the bad guy, so it kind of frames it as, oh, you were right to not tell him the truth, not this is a consequence of you not telling the truth. So hopefully we'll get some consequences this volume. Oscar unlocks his semblance. I don't think so, but I made a theory about what I think one of his semblance could be. I don't know how likely it is, but I really like the idea. Ruby Silver Eyes fail. I don't know. I'm really confused as to why she didn't use them on Cinder. And Atlas falls onto Mantle, which, you know, it's already started falling, but I haven't clicked it yet. And then my bingo board specifically for part 2. Yeah, merge progressing finalized. That might happen. I'm internalizing right now that this might be my last moments before the merge is complete. Potentially not. I really thought that that's what they were building to all volume with Oscar, but I'm starting to think maybe not, because the last few chapters haven't really addressed it at all. It's just kind of been like a background, like, oh look, he's standing different. But it's very possible, because, you know, who knows? I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, more about Summer Rose. It's very possible. Like, I know a lot of people theorize that, like, if there's an end credit scene, it'll be like Salem coming back with like reforming and then Summer Rose being there. Is Salem gonna reform? I don't know. What's gonna happen with the Aesops and the bomb? What's gonna happen with Vacuo? Is anyone else gonna go through? Who else is gonna fall into the pit, into the Wonderland arc? I'm assuming all of Team RWBY is gonna fall into the Wonderland arc, but I wonder if Jean or Nora is. I wonder what's gonna happen with Penny. Are Pietro and Maria going to exist? Are they gonna show up in the vault? Because Pietro, Maria, Whitley, and Klein and Willow all know that they were going to the vault. Or at least Pietro and Maria know that Penny was like, I have to go, the vault. So what if they all show up in the vault and just start wailing on Ironwood? Probably not. Winter versus Ironwood. Oh, I noticed a thing. Would you like to see? Yes, you would. How kind of you to let me show you. This is what I meant to show you, but it is neato. Those look the faces. I put those in my other merge video, but like, look, that's Ozpin. Oscar. Ozpin. Oscar. Like, they're merging. So like, it's very possible that that's what's going to happen. The double shines. Here it is. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I noticed that I'm like amazed that I didn't like call it like immediately while watching the episode, because I've seen this scene so many times. But yeah, look. Direct frickin' parallels. And what I think that means, because Oscar and Ironwood have been character foils throughout the Atlas arc, and it's been done pretty interestingly. So now Ironwood is where Oscar is, now Winter is Winter's where Ironwood is, Ironwood's where Oscar is, which means Iron would fall through the hole that in the bottom of Atlas that Oscar blasted when you shot him off that Atlas? Maybe? Let me go back and look at Worthy real quick, because I didn't rewatch Worthy enough. Okay, so Team Arson's evacuating. I'm not going to say what I hope does or doesn't happen, or what I hope doesn't happen, because every time I do that, it happens. Like with Jacques dying, or with Penny getting a human body, etc. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I hope Winter doesn't die, and I'm not going to say, oh, I hope... Actually, no, I'm cheating right now. I'm saying it, aren't I? God, why do they need to do close-ups on her feet? Can you give her shoes, please? Like, whose decision... I love May. So who else is going to go to Vacuo? I did really like that. Cinder doing that explosion with everyone falling into the pit, like, that's cool. I mean, it's a little bit undercut because we know that they didn't die, because Yang definitely didn't die. but, you know, at least it's something big, like it's an impact. I don't understand this. I don't understand why Neo was like, yeah, okay, I'll give you the thing that I'm holding over your head. Like, why would you trust her? Like, it's like, oh, I'll only give you this lamp. Also, I'll give you her name if you give what you owe me. So how did Cinder already know? Did Neo just, like, be like, oh, by the way, yeah, her name's Jin, here's the thing, before they arrived, even though she said... That's just a nitpick. I also really, really like this moment. That's so good. I love that so much. Okay, so Watts is still doing stuff. Also, that you deserve this, Arthur. Like, I wonder if that's her being like, that's either Cinder being like manipulative and doing a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna just like get you trapped in here, weld the door shut. I saw someone suggest. So it's either like, oh, you deserve this, Arthur. Psh, you're going down with Atlas. Or it's her learning the lesson that she learned, like with Penny being like, why couldn't you just learn your lesson? Oh, Penny, I have. And that lesson being that you can't do it alone. And her realizing like, oh, manipulating people means that I have help. I do love Watts wiping the blood off an apple and then eating it. I kind of wish, and I'm not one of the people who's like, oh, it's pandering or whatever or anything like that, that Blake had a bigger reaction than Ruby. I'm fine with the fact that Blake had a huge reaction. I just also wish that Ruby had had a big reaction, because like even like picturing my sister falling off the edge of it hurts my heart, like that, like I would be like hyperventilating or freaking out, not just Yang. Like, I don't know. Everyone takes things differently, though, so it's fine. It's just I feel like that would be a more emotional hit. Although, look, Weiss uses a gravity glyph to pull Cinder back. It's like, you could have done that with Yang. Why didn't you just do that just now with Yang? But I get it. Like, if they have all the characters remember all their abilities all the time, it makes it very hard to have stakes, because Weiss can do, like, everything. So I get it. Okay, I think I've officially stalled for long enough. The final word. Oh gosh, someone else already started watching it, which means I'm gonna have to look away and start. Okay, phew. I didn't see whatever it was. Ooh, themes of death. That may be distressing for some viewers. Sorry, I shouldn't get excited at content warnings, but also shout out to Rooster Teeth for doing content warnings. Those are important and good. My roommate is asleep, so I will not sing along to the theme song, but just know that in my heart I am screaming. Help. So yeah, there's it falling apart, there's burning. I wonder if, like, you know, it's gonna explode. I wonder if there's gonna... Oh god. God, it's so pretty. And like the little sparkles in the background, I think they're all gonna fall. There's Atlas burning. Also, here's Crow and Harriet with their fight being foreshadowed back to back. Yeah. Are you merging, son, or not? This is another thing, is that he does like the whole like holding his head thing like all dramatically, and it's like, oh, I thought that that was gonna be like merge stuff, and it might be, but like none of it that we've gone through has been like psychological. It's just been like, oh, let me state that we are merging and that I don't like it. Like, it hasn't, and we've seen, like, you know, their voices, their faces becoming more similar and poses and stuff, but I would have liked to see more of the, like, you know, like, what is your identity doing? Like, are you getting more memories? Like, what does that feel like to you? What does merging actually feel like? You just say that you can feel it, but I want to know what that means. I'm so curious. It's, like, the most interesting aspect of... Oof. I'm wondering, I feel like they're not gonna get the staff. Like, I feel like the staff's gonna be gone, because, like, look, she's, like, reaching up for it and it's gone, and the light in the background kind of looks like the light from Monstra, the eyeball, so, like, I feel like Salem's gonna wind up with the staff, which would be good for the story, bad for our characters. Here we go. The whale, holy shit, Salem. Yep, she's reforming. Oh my god, oh my god. Winter versus Ironwood! Go, Winter, go, Winter!
No! Winter, do not blame me!
What do you mean do not blame you? For your actions?
I have sacrificed everything!
Yeah, it's not yours to
You
sacrifice.
have sacrificed everyone else.
Yeah.
You closed the borders. You squeezed Mantle until it broke.
Go off, Winter.
I have only done what's best for Remnant.
Don't
No one!
even dare.
Grateful.
How have you done? I know that you think what you're. Okay. This is cool. This is cool. Oh my gosh, magic fight. It's not in the vault though, so I guess I'm technically I don't get that on my bingo board. But holy shit. Weiss! Good job.
Priority 1.
Evacuation's priority 1. All right.
All she's ever wanted is the maiden power. I can buy you all time.
Penny.
Oh my gosh. Oh, whoa. Aura's gone. But Penny's like all aura now.
I'm
Ooh.
right here. I'm what you want.
Aw, Penny.
I want it all.
Sharpay. Ooh, Coldplay, go! Where's Ruby? Where's Neo? Yeah, go, run. Blake and Penny versus Cinder, whoa.
You're making a mistake, Harriet. What happened to Clover? I regret.
Yeah, you both lost Clover.
Get out of the way!
Oh, Vine, holy heck.
Hair, please. Don't do this.
Or are they both gonna die?
Waiting in Mantle. Why can't you just let me do my job? Because you're our friend. And we won't let you go through with this.
They're friends! They admitted it! The Clover. One last piece of luck. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah! Where's the other drop? Ooh. No, freaking Watts. Oh, there they are. Ooh. I like that they're playing around with the environment in little areas. Huh? Dang, their auras, yeah, they've been low the whole volume. Is she gonna come out of another portal? Or is she in Vacuo? No, that went back through Atlas.
Come on. We have to do this for Ye.
Push. Oof. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought she was falling into the pit already. Yep, okay, she's back. It must be hard fighting with the scythe with such a precision fighter. Oop, 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 oop. Oh, she got the staff. Why has she got her back turned to Weiss? Oh! Her weapon. What if she doesn't fall now and she's without her weapon?
We gotta go.
Like the rest of them fall, but it's just her weapon. That's what the intro...
Killed us all.
So maybe she does go to Vacuo. Probably not, because they planned this before Volume 1, but that would be cool. Ooh. What did she say?
The autopilot's locked. We gotta go.
There's no time to make it out of the blast range. I've killed us all. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like a hug. Oh man, Vine, are you sacrificing yourself? Yep.
You can't.
I can. If it means saving all of my friends.
Aww. Crow, you need to turn into a bird and run. Okay, yeah. I mean, in hindsight, we should have known Vine is dead. Is Talk gonna come to life? Sorry, TikTok. Oh, it looks like popcorn. Oh man, and they're on the ship with Robin.
Whatever you wanted,
Oof.
I hope it was worth it.
Ooh. What? Oh! Oh, right, she can... Ooh! Cinder, take the staff and leave.
You should have never threatened me.
Ooh, backstab.
And you.
Oh, now your silver eyes work? Oh! 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 Good job, Blake! Oh, ooh, oops. There they go! Nope, no vacuo, they're in the pit. Oh, Penny. I'm surprised that most of our characters are out of commission so fast.
Any huntsman that went through that gate, bring him here.
Come on, Weiss.
Figures that a Schnee would be the last one standing, letting all her friends die first.
Oh, dragon. Penny.
You wouldn't know anything about friends.
Oh, Sean for Cinder, here we go. He's got a score to settle. Ooh, Salem? Salem torturing her?
She's back.
Salem's back. Oh, I thought Weiss was gonna slash off her arm like Winter did. Penny? Jean. Can you amp her?
Hold on. My semblance.
No. There's not enough time to heal me. She can't get the staff and the power. But there is something you can do.
No, I don't know where the others are, but Weiss will give us time.
Let me choose this one thing.
Yes, please let Penny make a choice for herself. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god, she's gonna kill Penny. He's gonna kill Penny and she's gonna choose the maiden. Oh my god, is it gonna be Nora? I know she said she would think about Ruby, but the themes. What?
Salutations! You made it!
Where?
What?
What is this?
I thought of you. And here we are.
Winter's the Winter Maid. Oh my god, this is what happens?
It seemed fitting that it should be you. It was your power, after all.
She talks so different now, that's weird.
You were always the real maiden at heart. I was just a machine. Just following orders.
You were my friend.
She's a part of you now.
Thank you for trusting me with this. When you're gone,
I won't be gone.
I'm a part of you now.
I'll be part of you.
good. I'm glad.
Bye, Penny.
So, the destiny I chose for you has arrived.
Oh my god. You could tell?
You killed me nothing. This was a gift.
Holy shit! Oh my god, Winter's the Winter. I mean, I know, but. Ooh. Man, all their weapons are just.
Where did it go?
Did Winter go through? Winter versus Cinder. Winter and Penny versus Cinder rematch because Penny's a part of her now. This is cool. This is cool. This. Winter's like a new maiden. Cinder's had this power, like she's harnessed it, and we've seen it growing throughout the volume. The staff. John and Weiss, where's Nora? See, now them I believe are siblings. Sorry, I'm emotional. Let me go back a little bit. My headphone fell out. God, the music. What is that?
We need to go.
Is she going to Vacuo?
You
Or is she staying
are
in
going
Atlas?
to pay for everything you've done.
Oh my god, if she uses that, everyone inside of this dies, right? Is she gonna use her or is she bringing it to Salem? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You going to make it to Vacuo? Or are you falling? Oh my god, oh my god! Where's Nora? There's Nora. Wait, Nora made it through? Wait, was that actually Nora? I missed it. I missed Nora making it through. Let me go back. Maybe we didn't see it. But yay, Nora's with Team Or. Team Nor? I'll have to rethink the name.
We need to go. Now.
You are going to pay for everything you've done.
So is this disappearing because she started to use the staff or something else, or is it just like time is running out or something? What is making it disappear? Like, did she just create something else and then leave? Because time freezes, so we wouldn't have been able to see it. I don't know why she wouldn't have waited until she was out, though. Aw, poor Nora. But Nora and Ren are on the same side. Yeah, go fight, fight, fight! Baseball bat, cane. Ooh, sulfurfish. Ooh. What? Winter! I did not expect her in Vacuo. Oh my god, all the Shnees are in Vacuo! And Penny is there. Because she's with her. Penny could deal with the storm. Oh, fuck. So Winter just kind of left Ironwood there? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who?
I failed you again, Master.
Oh,
They
that's
used the staff to save
that's
thousands
Salem.
before our allies guys fell, Neapolitan killed Ruby. And before Ruby and her teammates fell, they used the lamp's final question. I couldn't stop them.
Ooh,
I couldn't
lies.
stop the maiden from escaping without putting the relics in jeopardy. I'm sorry.
But you do have 2 of the relics. That's half of the...
In pursuit of a new world, no cost is too great. You've done well, Cindy.
She just wants to die. She just wants to die, and now she's halfway there. She has 2 of the 4 relics. Oh. Or maybe she doesn't want to die. Maybe that's a misdirection. But
Used the staff.
they're just letting Ironwood be there?
I assume you rid the world of their creation.
Ooh, is he going to do one last...
What did you create in its stead?
Yeah, what did she make?
I merely added more flames to the fires of Atlas.
I guess she did lock Watson there.
And that's checkmate.
Ooh, there we go. Oh. Really? You didn't give it a shot? Oh, there we go. Atlas falling. Holy heck. Oh my god. Oh. There goes Mantle. Oh, poor Robin. They all have to watch their home. Whoa. The pulse. No. The shape. Is it really? I thought it would have been an anima. Oh, is that the end? That can't be the end, right? Like that was, we didn't get to see like any of Team Or, really? Oh my god. That's the end. Music. Holy heck, that was good. Ying Xiao Long, Bernie Burns. What? Carrie Sharker. Are those correct? Some of those names I feel like were wrong, right? Oh. I recognize some of the storyboard artists. I recognize Molly Flood. Oh my god. Okay, so Nora made it to Vacuo, so that's that team. I'm listening to music. Oh, Penny! It's a Penny song! Crank it. A console. Oh my god, that was about Ruby with the... And Winter's in Vacuo too. That's not something I expected. But Crow isn't. Crow and the Aesops and Robin, but the Happy Huntresses are there, so they're split. This is such a good song of friendship. This is such a fitting end to Penny's arc. It's a tragic nuts and bolts song. This is so... I love that, and I love that John did it. Like, like, maybe I sound heartless for that, but I like when stakes are followed through on. Ironwood didn't fall or die, right? Did Ironwood not die? Oh, Atlas fell. He's probably exploded by now with Watts. This song is called Friend.
Humanity, it came with sacrifice, a pact. Shield you from the wicked, even if I can't. If for real it was worth it to know you. My wish came true the day.
This is such a good song. No, I dropped it at the end. Was that the end of the song? Oh my god, is there an end credits? I am crying. This did get me. Whoa. Yep, there it is. There's Crescent Rose Wonderland! Whoa, this looks like a video game. Stop that. Is that like a tree of life type of thing? Oh my god, the theories that are gonna come from this. Holy heck. Whoa. That was good. That was good. I liked that a lot. We didn't get like literally any information. We got one whack of a baseball bat cane. That's all we got of Oscar this episode. So that's so little to go off of for a whole hiatus. But that's okay. That's okay. I think I might be glad that it didn't finalize because, like, you know, like, everyone's separated and I really would rather get to see them react because, like, you know, RWBY is such a big part of his whole, like, you're your own person type of arc type thing going on, which has yet to be completed, so it would make sense that that would carry on through the next volume, which would also make sense if Oscar unlocks his semblance next volume, because that would be like coming to like accept like himself, his soul as his own, and as who he is. Because like people like to be like, oh, time semblance because of Ozpin, like, but or like body hopping because of Ozpin, or his semblance is that he can resist the merge, or like all these things. It's like, no, but his semblance is meant to be a part of a person's soul, or a part of that person. And Oscar is his own person outside of that. And he had a time where he existed before Oz. So I would think that it would be connected to him and who he is. I've got the photokinesis theory and the dream theory, and there's some other ones, but I'm glad Nora made it through. That'll be cool to see. Ren, Nora, Oscar, and Emerald. That'll be a fun team. I like that team up. I have to think of a new team name, though. It can't be Team Or anymore. It can't be Orin. Nor. It depends on who would be the leader. So I was also like posting and talking about how like out of those three of them, I would put Oscar as the leader, especially based on the tunnels conversation, which is weird because I really wouldn't put Oscar as the leader until this volume, like for any team. Like I would not have expected that, but then this volume, like especially since chapter 10, I'm like, oh yeah, he could be a really good leader. Because they don't have Jean. This is the first time Team Alpine has been without Jean. They have Emerald now. But they don't have Jean because he fell into the Wonderland. That's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna go back through it in a minute. I'm just letting it all process. Penny's self-sacrifice worked really well. I know that there's like I was one of the people who said, at least earlier in the volume, and like in volume 7 as well, where it's like if they brought Penny back just to have her die again, that would be hollow, or it would be poor writing depending on how they did it. But the way that they did it, I think it worked. I thought it worked well. Her arc was complete, and carrying over into the next volume, I don't really know where else she would have gone from there. Her voice was very different. I wonder if that's like, oh, she's not a robot anymore, she talks differently. But I really like to see the full circle of like Freya's gone, and it's like, no, she's a part of you now. And now Penny is a part of Winter and lives on in her, and it's out of context, this is gonna sound really, really stupid. But I did not expect Winter to become the Winter Maiden. Like, it was such an obvious thing that, like, we didn't expect it. And, like, Volume 7 was like, yeah, that was her plan. That was the destiny that she was planned for. God, and Penny, I'm thinking back to, like, Volume, was it 2 or 3, where she was like, one day it'll be my job to save the world. And it was like, yeah, it is. She died and came back, but this time she can't. I mean, there's, like, I'm sure that there will be people who are like, oh, Pietro could build another one, but she wouldn't have the memories. The core is gone. It was destroyed with the robot body, and now her human body is gone too. So Penny's like gone. So now if Pietro made another daughter, it would be a different one, but I don't know if he can without dying. So God, poor Pietro. What's going on with Pietro and Maria? We didn't see them since chapter 5, and they were just on Amity. Did they escape? Are they in Vacuo? Did they die? Like, what's the deal with Pietro and Maria? Where did they go? I mean, like I said, there were so many plot points to wrap up, so I expected some of them to not be wrapped up. I'm really surprised that nothing happened with Oscar. I am really surprised, because he was like such a focal point of the volume. He felt like for the first 10 chapters, he kind of felt like he was the protagonist. Like, he felt like the main character this volume, along with Penny. Penny was like the main character. Penny and Oscar were like the main characters this volume, so I kind of expected there to be some resolution on Oscar's part, but like whether it was merge or just any sort of new resolution or feeling or idea, because like it kept setting up like, oh, his feelings might change on this, like, oh, I don't want that, neither do I, and then, oh, I'm not ready for that, I don't blame you. Like, it just felt like he was gonna have an arc, but instead he just kind of had an up. So maybe the arc will continue. I'm assuming that the arc will continue in Volume 9, and that might be better than like rushing it for this last chapter. So yeah, Salem is back. We didn't get any more of Summer Rose, which I think is also fine. I don't know if I can check that on my bingo board. Hang on. So this bingo board for the whole thing, the whole volume, none of those happened. Yeah, Ruby didn't use her silver eyes, right? She tried to. In last chapter, they had a close-up of her silver eyes with, like, the flame of cinder, like, burning in them, and so I was like, oh, she's gonna use her silver eyes to protect Yang, or just to protect the refugees, but never did. I don't know, I just kind of thought that the intro with, like, her closing the eyes and opening them and looking all distressed. Ren didn't die, thank God. I'm surprised by that, but I feel like it works better, especially because of that scene in chapter 11 where Nora and Ren had that amazing conversation that was so well written. I was like, oh, I don't want him to die now, because that's such a cool development. I want to see where this goes, because you don't see that kind of healthy portrayal in media very often. So yeah, I got, how many bingos did I get this fall? I will stamp Heroes Face Consequences. I think Penny's death counts, because, you know, it was their decision to turn her into the human body, and now she can't be brought back. So I think that counts. I will count that. You did it, Rooster Teeth. You gave your heroes consequences. Yes. I mean, I'm not cheering that Penny's dead. I love her and I miss her. And like I said, she was my first favorite character. Well, I mean, I guess she didn't come into Volume 2, so Nora, Pyrrha, and Penny were my favorites, and then, Pyrrha and Penny died, but then Penny came back to life. Oh. There goes the Atlas arc, but Crow's still there, and so are the Aesops. We did predict Vine sacrificing himself. I really like what they did with the Aesops in this last chapter. I kind of wish that they had humanized them a little bit more earlier on in a way that was more obvious. Because, I felt like they were being humanized in chapter 7 when Ren was, calling them out with, oh, you're furious about losing Clover. And Harriet was like, when you lose someone on your team, you move on. It's clearly that she has, this pain and that she's felt this loss before, with Tortuga. And then again with Clover. And they're all together now, so that'll be really interesting to see them work together next volume, potentially. So we might be juggling 3 plot lines, which, wouldn't be bad like they did. Volume 4 had a lot of that. So while the Wonderland arc is going on, I wonder if they're going to be cutting between that, Vacuo, and Atlas. I kind of hope so, because I want to know what's going on. If Team Vacuo isn't in next volume at all, I will be so sad. I'll be so sad. Just because I don't want to wait a hiatus, a volume, and another hiatus to see my children again. Nora and Oscar are my 2 favorite characters remaining. Let them, I want to see them. And also Emerald, I have stanned Emerald for so long, and she finally defected. I'm so excited to see her dynamic with Ren, Oscar, and Nora. Because we didn't really get to see how Nora felt towards Emerald. We got to see Oscar and Ren reacting, and they were the 2 most understanding in the tunnels. Because Yang and Jean understandably were like, no, we're not trusting you. Not happening. Meanwhile, Oscar was like, hey, maybe give her a second chance. We literally just got saved by Hazel, who has spent the entire volume beating the life out of me. Well, close enough. Speaking of, I wonder if Salem just wants Oscar dead now. I wonder if she's like, alright, you're no longer an asset. I captured you, I tried to torture you, you gave me 0 information, you turned 2 of my followers against me, and then one of them died, and now one of them's on your side. And then you blew up the whale and me, putting me out of commission for the rest of the volume until the end. So, Oscar's not an asset to her anymore, so she might just be like, hey, Tyrion, kill him. Oh my god, the little prince! Oh, we might have been right. She might send Tyrion after Oscar because the little prince got poisoned in the desert. He's personally pissed on the little prince. It was already a theory, but... okay. Yep. I mean, I don't think Oscar's gonna die. That would be so... what would be the point of, he's not even fully merged yet. What would be the point of killing him and then having us go through, oh, now Oscar's the voice in the next guy's head, and now we have to go through an arc of meeting an entirely new character and them merging, and it's just, no, we're keeping Oscar. If he died, that would be a very weird narrative choice, and I would very much not enjoy it. Let's take a look at the other bingo board. Transfer of maiden powers happened. Woo! The merge progresses / finalizes. Can I check it for progresses? Because he used magic twice, and it clearly did progress. I don't know. Watts and or Ironwood dies, I can check that one off. And Atlas Falls, I can check that one off. So I got a bingo across the top and the side. Not diagonal. Unless I can count more about Summer Rose with the her again. That might be me being too nice to myself, but you know what? Fine. Hacked Penny does something bad never happened. I still think that would have been really cool to see if Hacked Penny killed or injured someone or did something bad, going to the vault or helping arm the bomb or something. I don't know why she would do that. But I feel like that would be really cool, and then that would make her death even more I don't know. I think that would be cool. But oh my good golly galoshes. All right, it's time to go back through. It's time. I've spent enough time thinking through it. Ooh, good guess. I clicked at the right time. Alright, captions. Yep, there's the whale, Salem reforming. Jeez, Oscar, you blew up the whale. Oscar and Ironwood, bomb. I am surprised that Cinder left off the volume, like, getting off scot-free, because, like, they kind of were building up to... I'm glad Cinder had a win, but it felt like they were building up to, like, you know, some big turning... I guess this is a turning point for Cinder, because she learned you can't do it alone, and, like, she learned the value of manipulating people to help her, the way that Salem manipulates her to help her, in the same way that, as a child, she was manipulated for, you know, basically child labor.
Sacrifice everything.
It's not yours to sacrifice.
Sacrifice everyone else. You
Yeah.
closed the borders. You squeezed Mantle until it broke.
I'm surprised that she's, like, been harboring these feelings. Actually, no, I'm not, because in Volume 7, she does that whole thing with Penny. Oh, I want to watch that scene again. Sorry, this is the finale. I'm going to go through the things that I feel. So, in, I believe it was chapter 12 of Volume 7. Chapter 12. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Who needs an enemies?
This crazy girl showed up and attacked me, but she looked like someone else.
Neapolitan. You know her? We haven't exactly heard good things. Sorry.
Of all, not
Yeah, here it is. This is one of my favorite scenes.
twice.
Especially one of my favorite Penny scenes.
The general is leaving Mantle to perish?
He's saving Remnant. We can't let the relics fall to Salem.
But all those people we just protected.
Oh wait, I just said that I would check off Ironwood and or Watts dies, but were those just implied deaths, or did they actually die? I'd have to pay more attention.
Relics fall to Salem.
But
See,
all
Winter
those
is
people we
conflicted.
just protected. They won't survive.
We don't have time to...
That doesn't bother you? What about your sister? Our friends?
Oh yeah, that reminds me of back when chapter 9, where when Mara was like, what about your sister? Like, would you do the same if it was your sister inside? Are you gonna tell her what you did to her friends? And I'm like, it kind of feels like a missed opportunity that Winter never told. It was just kind of like, oh, we're getting contacted, now we have a plan. Like, and she never had like a surprise, like, wait, they're alive? Like, she never had that moment. Same with Ironwood never being like, wait, I thought I shot you, to Oscar. So I feel like those are some missed opportunities. I feel like ever since Volume 5, they've kind of, mostly Volume 6 actually, ever since they've gotten complaints in Volume 5, and I feel like they've got so many complaints about how much exposition there was and how much of re-explaining things that we already knew, like sitting and listening to Raven say stuff we already knew, listening to Osmond say stuff we already knew, like throughout the volume many times. And so they're like, okay, and like the commentary supports this, that they say that they are trying to not show the audience things that we already know. But the thing is you can show things that we know when it's shown to a character who doesn't know in a way that is like a satisfying payoff. If we don't get to see it and it just happens off screen, then sure, but at least show us the resolution of that, because if you don't, it just feels like a dropped plot point. You know, like Oscar going missing in Volume 6, or like shoot, there's a bunch more, but I just blanked because I just saw a thing and got distracted. I don't remember what I was talking about.
What about your sister? Our friends?
My personal feelings don't matter. We have orders. I'm to retrieve the power of the Winter Maiden so we can
access the relic. You're here to ensure my safety. Now come on.
We've
already lost enough time. It should matter. Penny.
The General is making hard choices so we don't have to. For the good of all, not just a few.
I do not see what is good about any of this.
And then here's the line.
On that we can agree.
So yep, there's that. And also, at the end of the chapter, we're she's talking with Penny again. Like, it's so cool to see that, like, Penny taught her, and like they even addressed it. Like, it was something that we've all said many times, which is that out of Penny and Winter, it's really Winter was the robot, Winter was the machine, Penny was the human in all of this. So it's really cool to see that they're now part of each other.
You said your personal feelings do not matter.
They won't change my actions. What I'm committed to.
Penny Ozpin dying and reincarnating. Or being put in another body via soul transfer. That's so cool that that happened. So did that happen to Penny in Volume 7 where she saw Freya and had that moment? Because that's cool.
The power of the Winter Maiden and the relic must be kept from our enemies. Even if it means she dies. But yes, Penny, we must still acknowledge our personal feelings. Wrestle with them. It ensures us that we're on the right path. It's what makes us human.
I think I understand.
And that whole thing where she's really just trying to convince herself, like, wrestle with our feelings. Like, we have to, like, that's not really in the way of, like, oh, we have to acknowledge our feelings and we should, like, pay attention to them. Oh my god, this bingo board has been in the way the whole time. I'm so sorry. I'm a dumbass. But yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't good advice, essentially. It wasn't like a wrestle with your it was wrestle with your feelings in the sense of, like, I'm feeling these feelings, but I need to shove them down. I need to wrestle with them until I can be like, I'm sure I'm on the right path because I know that I can rationalize it, again, even with my feelings. Like, yeah.
I have only done what's best for Remnant.
God, I can't believe he was gonna kill Winter. Why would anyone be great? I mean, yeah, he did try, and I understand why he felt betrayed, because Volume 7, like, they were kind of shitty. Like, they essentially, from his point of view, manipulated him. They really did.
Priority 1.
Evacuations are priority 1.
All she's ever wanted is the maiden power. I can buy you all time. Penny.
See, Cinder's got her, like, cocky, arrogant stuff back, but, like, it's different now. It's a different vibe. I really like it. Like, this is very different from Volume 5 Cinder, where she's like, I'm worthy of the power. This is different. She has learned from her mistakes this time. I'm glad that the heroes took an L, and I'm glad that Cinder had a win. It makes sense that Salem is fine with it, because she got 2.
What happened to Clover? I regret.
Oh, he said I regret. I didn't hear that before. I do like people had the theory that the little luck charm would give one last piece of luck, one last thing to help people, and the bomb didn't fall. Atlas still fell, but... So what does that mean? What is left of Atlas? They admitted it! Like, this has been building since chapter 3 of Volume 7 with the friends. This isn't the schoolyard kid. And then Elma's now saying you're our friend. They understand. Gosh, now Elma has to live without Vine. That's so sad. I don't actually know the Aesop's fable of the Elma and the Vine very well. Or at all. I'm surprised Ruby did so well against Neo when she has such, like, a distance weapon and Neo has such an up-close one.
Leave her alone.
Also, Ruby's crescent rose falling and then her falling and then being left, like, stuck in the ground, being, like, echoing the intro, kind of feels a little like I thought that meant that she was going to be separated from the others, or once it happened, once it fell, I was like, oh, they're going to be separated from, she's going to be separated from her weapon at least. And maybe she is, but if they fell, like, in the same place, generally. Hang on, there was some stuff here that I wanted to, like, Weiss's, typical, I've loved Weiss's voice acting before. This entire volume, I feel like it's fallen flat. I think I know that they said that she finished her recording her voices first, but almost every line of voices this volume, I've been like, this sounds just a little off. Like, you should have done maybe a few more takes, and I feel really mean about that. But, like, it just sounds fake, and it takes me out of the moment, like, every time. Which stinks, because this is Atlas. I feel like she should have had more of a focus in the Atlas arc.
Leave her alone.
Leave her alone! This was a really cool final battle.
Come on, we have to do this for Yang.
Come on, we have to do this for Yang. Ah, push. Like, it's just a little bit of a weird, like, that scene was a little bit weird to me, or felt a little off. But that's okay, because it didn't take out of the action. Salem got both relics. Now all she needs is the Vacuo relic and the Beacon relic, which, listen, why on Remnant's Green Earth did they take the staff out of the vault? Literally the entire purpose of going to Atlas was to put the lamp in the vault with the staff so that Salem couldn't get to it. And now they had Penny as the maiden. So Salem wouldn't be able to access the vault, and I doubt that those magical vaults would have been destroyed with Atlas falling. Like, I feel like the vaults would still exist because, like they said, they're not part of Remnant. So maybe the door would have been gone, which would have kept Salem from ever getting it, or maybe it just would have been, like, still intact, and then Salem couldn't get it because they had Penny and they had Winter. I don't understand why they took the staff. And I also don't understand why they evacuated to Vacuo instead of evacuating to Haven with, like, or Mistral, which they already saved and has, you know, Ilya and Gira leading the White Fang. Like, they could have helped protect them, and there's plenty of space and stuff. Meanwhile, Vacuo's whole motto is, if you can survive here, you're welcome here. And then they evacuate an entire city of Atlas, which is full of pompous jerks who have never fought a day in their life, who have put, like, the She Dust Company, like, destroyed the Vacuo land. They had a beautiful oasis and everything, and then it got polluted and shit. Like, they hate Atlas. Why are you I don't know. I think, like, it's just the only reason that people get so, that so many of us are like, why Vacuo, is because they never gave a reason for it, and so it really just feels like the writers being like, this is where we're going next, so we have to choose Vacuo. Which I think is also a problem because you're bringing so much grim negativity to Vacuo when you know that that's Salem's next target because she can't find the Beacon relic. But as Oscar gets more and more of the memories and merges, he's going to be the key to the Beacon relic. But I don't know if Salem's going to want to keep him alive because she knows that she can't get anything out of him. I do think that a lot of the torture was meant to not get Oscar to tell her the truth about the relic, but to get Ozpin to take over forcibly, seeing how hurt that Oscar was, and give the information, hoping that to protect him. But that didn't work because Ozpin had this whole arc of learning the value of Oscar's autonomy and being like, all right, I'm making it your choice. Hello, hi Jimbo. Jimbo, you want to be part of the video? Nope. Okay. But yeah, I think that's cool. That he didn't, like, because he was trying to. He was begging, like, just please let me take over. Please let me take the hits. And Oscar was like, no. So I think that's cool. All right, let's keep going.
The autopilot's locked. We gotta go.
There's no time to make it.
We gotta go. That sounds very similar to, I'm not going to pull it up for 1 second of thing, but it sounds like chapter 12 of volume 7 where they're jumping out of the thing, of the crashing plane. Or wait, is it 11 or 12? Or am I thinking of, I'm thinking of the dude from Atlas, actually, I think, with the beret or whatever he was wearing with the daughter. I'm thinking of him with the, we gotta go! So I guess that's not Crow. Maybe I'm remembering two different things.
There's no time to make it out of the blast range.
You have speed, go zoom.
Hold us all. I'm sorry.
Oh, a little gentle hug. Again, I feel like they could have done more of a job of humanizing the Aesops a little earlier in the volume, a little bit more. Like, they had a good start with the Ren thing. This is one of those instances that that RWBY falls into a lot, which is the beginning and an ending with no middle. Although I guess they had that moment with Ironwood, but that's just kind of, again, a background thing that's not super addressed. But I think it worked. I think it worked enough. I don't think we needed to spend a ton more time with the Aesops. This volume was already super packed and I didn't really care about them, but then you could argue that that's because they didn't get much focus. But I feel like if they were to, that should have been more volume 7 maybe. So, I don't know. But they made the Aesop so likable at the start of volume 7, and then they just like turned it into seeming like they're like heartless or something.
You can't! I can. If it means saving all of my friends.
That was a good scream. I liked that. It's one of those screams or voice lines that like I can imagine watching other reviews for and seeing people be like, that was such a weird scream, that was such a cringy scream, just because there's so many like it's so subjective with voice acting that I feel like a lot of the time things that I like other people don't, and vice versa, but I liked that scream. Like, I feel the emotion in that scream. I don't know why people would call it cringe. It's just one of those types of things where it's like, you know, when you go full out over the top, like not over the top, but when you go full out on something, it's like hit or miss for people. But I feel like it's good that she went full out on that. And I like it. Props to the voice actor there. And that doesn't even feel like an anticlimax that is what happened. I'm surprised that they're just in the ship with Robin, considering like last chapter Robin was like ramming the airship into them. But I guess, you know, the bomb's gone now. But yeah, Robin is separated from the rest of the Happy Huntresses. They better all be fine. I'll check when we see the Vacchio bit again, even though that was only like there for a second. Which is kind of sad, because that's like the cliffhanger that last episode ended on. But that's okay. It's okay. And we have all of volume 9 for that. There's the thumbnail.
I hope it was.
Oh, just the parallels too for RWBY doing this and then Penny doing it later with the arms out, just the self-sacrifice. Ugh. God, the blood on Jean's sword after killing Penny. Holy shit. Pain. Pain. Good pain. Oof. See, like, that's one of those instances where it's like, if she knows that she can use her semblance to essentially fly, why did she not save Yang last chapter? I don't get it. Like, and same with, like, with Weiss doing the gravity glyph to pull Cinder back. Why didn't you try to save Yang? I mean, I guess they all fell. I was surprised to find out that some people did actually think that Yang died, whereas the rest of us are like, no, they fell into a wonderland. It's like, they're in a different world. They're not going to kill off one of the main characters. Especially since Ambrosius in the previous episode to that was like made such a big deal about like do not fall, and so instead of it being like, oh my god, Yang fell, it was just like, okay, yep, that's who falls. Like,
It has never threatened me.
I'm still surprised she didn't use her silver eyes at any point. See, oh, is that her trying right there and failing because she fell too fast? Does that count as silver eyes fail? Can I count that on my bingo board? Oof. I do like this, the Blake trying and using Gamble Shroud, and also having it sliced. See, because there's an attempt and it falls. Shout out to Blake for being like the only person attempting to save people when they fall. Penny. Still wish they'd given her shoes. I don't know why she had to have bare feet. And close-ups on her bare feet. Okay, May and Joanna did go through that gate? Oh wait, bring them here. Oh right, because John and Nora don't know that the portal's one way. So that makes sense. I had missed that the first time. And Weiss is crying after seeing the rest of them fall and die. God.
Any huntsman that went through that gate, bring him here.
So the rest of the Happy Huntresses are indeed through the gate. God.
It figures that a Schnee would be the last one standing.
I mean, yeah, because they're powerful as fuck. Ugh. Cinder knows how to get to people. Gosh. There was some good
You wouldn't know
Penny Weiss moments in this one. Which, I forgot the ship name for them. I know that it's Frozen Steel is the three of them. Penny, Ruby, and Weiss. Oh, she has Gamble Shroud. I didn't process that, I don't think. So Blake's weapon is gone. She's back. I missed that too. Oh no, I didn't. I remember now. I would have liked to see Emerald do something. Emerald Cinder confrontation's been pushed back, which is fine because that would have taken a lot of time. God, the blood. Penny's never had blood before. Like, we knew Penny had death flags, but like, once she got turned human, I assumed that that meant she was gonna live. Even though I was like, yeah, I hope she stays. So now I feel bad about and I knew that I would. I knew that I would feel bad by the end of the finale. I knew that I would feel bad about my Penny rant video. I mean, I still wish that it hadn't been like, oh, you're a real girl now because we gave you a perfect functioning body. It's like, oh great, I have an abled body now, I have a cis body now. Like it's like the messages that are there are a little bit iffy, but like just to me personally and some other people that I know of, like there's some trans people I know who like decided to stop watching the show because they so strongly connected to Penny that when she got a human body it was like, oh, that's the arc. So her death kind of rectifies that, I feel. But yeah, so I feel a little bit more bad. And I also said in that one, I was like, that episode makes me wish that Penny stayed dead. And like, you know, immediately after making that, I put in the description and the comment where it's like, okay, no, I don't wish that. Because I loved her in Volume 7. I loved Penny's arc in Volume 7. And I liked a lot of what she did in Volume 8. I just didn't like her with Ruby in Volume 8 as much because Ruby was like, it seemed like they were going to address it, but they never really did with the whole, like, because Ruby was doing the exact same thing that everyone else was that they were calling him out for, like with Pietro and Ironwood, like just the, don't you think Penny's had enough people telling her what to do? It's like, yeah, wow, Ruby's one of them. I wonder if they're going to actually go there and, like, talk about it. Or have a moment where, I mean, early on in the volume, it was very clear that there wasn't going to be a moment where Penny confronts Ruby about the fact that she lied to her face for months about Salem and then she became the maiden not having that information. And Weiss lied to Winter for months and now she's the maiden without having had that information. I don't know if I mean, I'm sure she knows at this point because I feel like Ironwood would have told her and the Aesops that Salem is unkillable. So she knows now, but they kept it from her knowing that that was the plan. And I feel like it's a missed opportunity to give the heroes consequences for those lies other than just, oh, Ironwood didn't like it because then they made Ironwood the antagonist. Did he die or not?
There's not enough time to heal me. She can't get the staff and the power. But there is something you can do.
I don't know where the others are, but
shout out to Jean for this. Honestly, like this is a big decision for him, and I'm glad that he made the decision.
Trust me.
I like that she chose Winter. Like she now sees that Winter is making these decisions because like Penny took the powers not just to protect Winter before, but also because, like, the reason that she hesitated with Freya is that she's been having that whole thing with Winter the whole volume of Volume 7, where she's like, oh, I differ from her. I think it's good that they didn't show the stab as well, because I can just picture the gifs already of Adam next to Jean stabbing right in the stomach. God, another close-up of her feet. This is not necessary. Give her shoes. Her new model they made.
You made it.
Why did Pietro make her boobs bigger when he redesigned her? I don't get it.
I thought of you, and here we are.
Oh, Penny.
It seemed fitting that it should be you. It was your power after all.
No, Penny.
Penny like talks different, and I kind of wish that she still talked like a robot,
I was just a machine.
or at least the way that she used to.
Following orders.
Is that Forever Fall?
You were my friend.
I don't recognize very well. I haven't listened to that song very much. I don't think it is.
Thank you for trusting me with this. When you're gone,
It doesn't sound like Penny's theme either.
go.
Oh, that was. Do 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 do. I think that's Penny's.
good. I'm glad.
That's so good. I'm not gonna cry again.
The destiny I chose for you has arrived.
I'm surprised that he could tell. Yeah, it was always her decision. Like that has nothing to do with the general. That belongs to me. So he didn't fall. I thought that was going to be the parallel. But at least we had the rest of the parallel.
Where did it go?
Given how big foils Oscar and Ironwood were this entire arc, like they were character foils like from the get-go, and it carried throughout Volume 8, even though they never really interacted in Volume 8. I mean, yeah, Oscar got to poke him with a stick a couple times, but it feels like that's another... I hate using the word missed opportunity. Those are two words. I hate saying it because there's so many people who use that term in a way that they mean like, oh, this is bad writing, missed opportunity, wasted potential. But what I mean is more just like I would have loved to see more from that because they had such a great setup. I would have loved to see more payoff. But I guess, getting shot off the top of Atlas is like, that was a payoff for Volume 7. I would have liked to see, I guess, like if they didn't interact in Volume 8. But still wish that there had been anything with anyone caring about anything that happened to Oscar literally ever. Like he went through the ringer and no one was like, are you okay? Literally no one asked if he was okay or anything. Like no one seemed to care. Like when they came back, it was just off screen. That was one of the other things. Like when Oscar came back then and all of that was told off screen. They did really well with the Renora scene. That is an example of when you don't tell the audience the information we already know and you cut to the resolution and the reaction. That was done well. Whereas with Oscar, it was just no one talks about it. Yang offhandedly mentions, like, oh, we got Oscar back. And Ren offhandedly mentions when we lost Oscar, but Nora and Ruby have no reaction, so we're just meant to assume that they were told off screen. Yang and Jean finding out about Oz being back, that was done well. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird to me that... And it's not just because of how hardcore an Oscar stan I am. It just, like, from a writing standpoint, felt like he was going to have a big arc this volume, and instead it didn't really have a resolution, which is fine, because, it's going to carry over into Volume 9. But it would have been nice to see something of him in the finale of the volume. Instead, it feels like after chapter 10, they just completely dropped. Well, I guess 11 had him, like, help Emerald up. But, like, they kind of just completely dropped anything to do with his arc or progression or situation. Like, I wanted just, like, one more thing to go off of to theorize for the rest of the hiatus. Wait, so the title was called The Final Word. I should pay attention to what the last word of the episode was. Which is funny that they decided to make the entire volume one-word titles and that the very last one, three-word title, that's called The Final Word. Like, alright.
Now, you are going to pay for everything you've done.
God, Winter's such a good character. Oh, the music. The leitmotif. God, the way that they do music. So what did she create with the staff that destroyed? I didn't quite process or understand. Someone's gonna explain it to me. Or maybe I'll recognize it in a few minutes. Jean didn't make it to his team, which I think is interesting because this is the first time that we've seen the team split up where there's a team without Jean or Ruby. So there's going to be a different leader dynamic, which I had said was most likely going to be Oscar. But now that Nora's here, I don't know. I am glad that it was Winter who came and saved. Like, if there had to be a person to come and save them, I'm glad that it was someone who was actually involved in the Atlas arc and not like a, oh look, Sun and Neptune or Team Coffee came and saved them, like kind of an out of nowhere. Because people use the term Deus Ex Machina wrong a lot, but that would actually kind of be a Deus Ex Machina. So that cuts off with Winter fighting. I guess we're meant to assume that that they fight off all the Grimm, or at least that they're not going to die. And like with Nora's arc, that was like a, you know, she was out of commission for a lot of the volume. But it worked because she had enough of a resolution to show that it was clear that it was going to go through volume 9 and that the resolution was her finding herself without Ren, which is interesting that she's not separated from Ren, which I think is a good decision actually, that you can find yourself not being attached to a person, but that doesn't mean you have to be apart from that person. I think that's kind of cool, and I will be very interested to see how she can do that and that how their dynamic changes, because we're so used to Nora just pining after Ren.
Staff to save thousands. Before our allies fell, Neapolitan killed again, Master. They used the staff to save thousands. Before our allies fell, Neapolitan killed Ruby. And before Ruby and
right, and Salem doesn't want Ruby dead. But the thing is to Salem, she doesn't really care. Like, she wanted Ruby alive because she wanted, like, you know, she wants to collect silver-eyed warriors to do experiments on because they're dangerous to her. But, like, you know, she's like, what's one more dead? Like, she doesn't really care. The only character of our main characters that Salem really cares about is Oscar because, you know, her ex lives in his head, rent-free.
I couldn't stop them. I couldn't even stop the maiden from escaping without putting the relics in jeopardy. I'm
Salem's music.
In pursuit of a new world, no cost is too great. You've done well, Cinder. Our work here is done.
It makes sense that she's happy about it. Look at Cinder's smirk.
You said they used the staff. I assume you rid the world of their creation. What did you create in its stead?
I merely added more flames to the fires of Atlas.
Like literal flames, or...
And that's checkmate.
all the chess stuff going on in the foreshadowing in the Schnee Manor. And the whole, like, just because you're more valuable to me than a pawn. When I saw this scene, I also was just thinking about how, like, I saw a review or a reaction or something where they mentioned the stoplights and they were like, they've got the Texas stoplights. And I was like, wait, is that just a Texas thing? What about the stoplights? And then I realized that horizontal stoplights are not as common as I thought. I've lived in Texas my whole life and now I'm in California and I didn't even notice that the stoplights are entirely up and down now. Because there were still up and down ones in Texas, just not many. So I'm from Austin, which is where Rooster Teeth is, so I'm just like looking at this like, oh, that's normal, and then someone mentioned it and I'm like, oh, alright. Whoops. But yeah, props to the animators this entire volume, and showing Atlas crash, like... Was he mouthing the word Ruby? It looks like he might have been. Like, Ruby, Ruby! Like, he might think that she's dead. Oh, right, this thing with the waves. Is that the pools of creation? Like, the setup right, can you see my mouse? The setup right here, and then, like, this is where the giant tree would be. The tree! I'm a dumbass, the tree at the end. Is the tree at the end where that would be? Because they fell into a new world and stuff? Would that be there? And they're in where the pools of creation were, but they're in a new world? God, that's so good. That's so good. This chapter was so good. Let me find the... This video is probably gonna get blocked because I went through it twice. Oh, I'm gonna listen to that song so much. I can't wait for the soundtrack. That might be the tree from The Lost Fable, but a new world. Alrighty then. That was volume 8. I think it solidified as my best volume, as my favorite volume. I mean, I think that, I don't know, I'll have to rewatch and analyze the last couple episodes because chapter 12 kind of like made me worried because I really loved the first 10 chapters. Like, you know, like more or less with some of them, but like I really, really liked them and I was like, oh, this volume just keeps going up, man. Like chapter 10 was probably one of the best episodes of RWBY ever, if not the best. And so when chapter 12 happened and it's like, oh, it seems like everything just got fixed and now there's like several more plots going on all at once, and it was kind of like, oh, this is a lot and it feels like we're not going to resolve things that were set up. And a lot of the things that were set up didn't get resolved, but it seems like they're all going to be resolved later, so they weren't completely glossed over, like how everything that happened to Oscar was glossed over. Maybe they'll address that next volume, but they didn't get to address it with Team RWBY, which feels like makes me sad. And we didn't get a gingerbread hug. We didn't get a RWBY Oscar hug that they seemed to foreshadow. So hopefully when they reunite again, they'll get to actually have a hug. Like, listen, they're friends. They're friends and they should get to hug. I feel that's what I want from chapter 9. That's going on my bingo board, is a hug. Yeah, this is my favorite volume. I don't know if it's my favorite end to a volume because volume 3 is just so iconic that I'll have to like give this one time to settle and like see how I feel about it after like thinking about it and talking about it and stuff. But this is a good freaking volume, y'all. Good job. Good job to the animators, to the music, to voice actors. Like it was a great volume, and the writing just shot up in quality in so many ways. So yeah, all right, that's it. Guess I'll see you guys later. I'll probably make more theories and probably I'll try to do maybe reviews of each chapter because I was like, maybe I'll do reviews when the volume's over because I feel like that would be fun. But we'll see. Alrighty, tidy, lefty, loosey. Hope y'all have wonderful days full of magic and joy. Bye-bye.